Thank you very much. Hello, nice to meet you all. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? It's great to be here. It's an honor to be here. I think the recurring theme is going to be what he was talking about, which is uh, the valley. The analogy that I always use is when I moved out of the valley and I saw all the stuff that was going on, I wasn't able to see what the valley was until I came back. And then I saw it as a blank canvas. And so I realized that everything I saw that was going on in other areas like Austin or San Marcos could be done here. And anybody that did it here would be considered a pioneer because it had never been done before. Um, Another thing that I really like to touch on when I talk about the Valley and the arts uh, is that it's possible now with modern technology, with the internet, with the connection that we have throughout the whole globe, to be able to accomplish anything you've ever wanted to without even leaving your home, whether it's acting or art or music or poetry. You can create and then you can disseminate it all over. Like people can see it no matter where they are in the world. And as he mentioned before about the role that I got, I wanted to talk about how that happened because I didn't have to go to LA. I didn't have to go to Austin. The movie industry actually came to us, and it's happening more and more frequently because so many artists and filmmakers from the Valley that live in the Valley are gathering their own resources to create high quality and high production projects that don't require anybody to leave. So it gives all of us as residents of the Rio Grande Valley the opportunity to be a part of, these high quality, high production films or projects, and you don't have to leave to do it. It used to be in the past, people, and I use this a lot when I talk about having the opportunity to play a role opposite Robert Duvall, is that there are some actors that work their entire life and they go to LA and they struggle and they're, auditioning after auditioning, and they dream of having the opportunity to have a role opposite an Academy Award winner. And I got that opportunity right here in the Rio Grande Valley. And it's happening more and more. And another opportunity that I was able to have through the internet is there's another actor named Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's a very famous actor. He started as a child actor on the show Third Rock from the Sun. He was also in 50/50 Batman. He started a website, a collaborative website, which is another subject that we're probably going to be talking about here today, is that the key to success is collaboration, is being able to gather all the resources and unite them to create a wider audience, a wider base, and a wider reach so that people can see the amount of talent that we have here, because there is an enormous amount of talent. Like Gabriel mentioned, I do host an open mic, and I've been actually hosting open mics in the Rio Grande Valley for over a decade. When I first came back from Austin, I saw that there weren't very many places for me to play my original music. All the bars and restaurants would hire people to play cover songs, popular music. And so I said, open mic was something that I saw over there and I could probably do it here. And it had been done here before, but it wasn't on such a frequent a basis. So I just kept pushing it for years. I would go to restaurants, bars, anywhere that would allow us to have a space for local talent to just shine, to have a place to create and to share their arts. And there were several places where it went on for quite a while. Right now, the current place I'm at is the Gremlin in McAllen. We do it every Tuesday night. We welcome all art forms, comedy, poetry, music. We even have a magician that opens up the night every Tuesday. And it's wonderful because it's an opportunity not only for beginners to practice their craft, but also seasoned professionals can come and try out new material. It's also a way for people to network and meet like-minded people and get a sense of that collaboration, that unity. And it's been a wonder and an honor to be able to witness it for over a decade, because I've seen it. I've seen the talent, and it's abundant. There's so much talent here, and because we're on a border town, it's multicultural. It's not limited to one style or one genre. It's a mixture. It's an amalgamation of all of our experiences. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is to have groups like, B.A.N right now. What you all are doing is amazing. It's another opportunity for us to collaborate and to showcase our talents and to show the world that, not everything you hear on the news is true about our homeland. It's sacred to us. And, at the same time, it's important that we get the messages out, the real, whether they're political or artistic or whatever, the messages that pertain to us. And it's important that we have avenues. And so the Border Arts Network is amazing. And I can't wait to get on it. As soon as I leave, I got to go back to work. So after work, I'll get on it, and I'll create my profile, and I'll do the interview. And I hope that everybody else feels the same way. And I thank you for letting me be a part of this. I do have to go back, and I'm sorry it was short, but I just wanted to share.
You guys have a question?
Yeah, do you guys have any questions for me?
You started I remember years ago, before I met you, I remember seeing maybe even on MySpace, notifications like, there's an event going on, open mic, or maybe it was already open mic back then. I think it was, I don't recall the venue, but wasn't it like Yerberia Cultura or something?
Yeah, Yerberia Cultura.
Is that the first place that you started at?
That's not the first place. Actually, the first place was a little like cantina on 3 Mile and Conway called Runners. And it was literally just a little bar, and I asked them, what's your slowest night? I walked in, I said, who's the owner? I said, what's your slowest night when you have the least amount of business? I said, oh, well, Thursdays, nobody shows up. I said, give me Thursday. Let me just bring people in. And it worked out for the artists much more than it did for the bar, because we got a lot of people coming to perform and sign up, but they weren't really patrons of the place. So it worked out, and I think that it's worked out most where there's already people there. You know what I mean? Because an open mic is not necessarily a big draw for people, except for artists. We love it, and I think my best audiences have always been poetry readings, because I'm a musician, but as a musician, I consider myself a lyricist, and as a lyricist, I feel like my songs are poems. So every time I played at, any of the poetry events that were happening, if I had the chance to become a featured musician, I would take it at a poetry reading, because poets always paid attention, and that's one of the things you can't always get at a bar, because it's like people having a good time, and they're not really there for the showcase. They're having a good time, which is fine. So we've had to kind of adapt, and we've been able to mix that crowd to where they'll get there for the bar and the restaurant, but then they'll notice the talent and say, oh, wow, this is cool. And this is a really good vibe. And I have friends that want to sing, or I have friends that are poets, and that's how it goes. That's how it keeps growing. But I started at a little bar on the 3 Mile Line until it closed down. And it was funny, like they went out of business. It wasn't because of us, I swear. They went out of business, and I had already had this really great night planned. I had like bands that were going to show up, and I said, man, it's all over MySpace. Like, what am I going to do? Well, the bartender was my friend, and he said, hey, man, I've got the key. Let's just do one last Renegade show, and we did it. So I said, BYOB. And so everybody showed up. It was a great night. It was legendary. It was kind of a renegade open mic night.
And you guys didn't record that?
No, actually, it was like 2008, so we all had like flip phones back then, and it was like really small screen and very bad.
Very limited
like,
memory.
Yeah, like 0.5 pixels or something. I don't know.
a couple of megabytes.
Yeah, exactly. So back then, even selfies were rare. I honestly, to be honest with you, I think we still had cameras, regular cameras. So there are photos out there somewhere.
Well, I have cameras, but only because I'm one of those, nostalgic persons.
Yeah.
I like cameras.
Yeah. Cool.
Anybody else have a question for him?
Where can we listen to your music?
You can find me online at this is funny, but it's juanydebt.com. So JUANYDEBT.com, and that takes you to my Facebook page, where you can see my link tree that has my Spotify and everything. Juany Debt is a project that I have right now. It was a character I created, like a parody of Juany Depp. And when Bronco 956 blew up at the Pulga, I kind of jumped on that bandwagon. So I've become one of the personajes from the Pulga.
I really like the way you have like framed the whole scene, because every weekend you say, let's see what new character is. What is it?
Unlocked.
Unlocked. It's like video games.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I just unlocked a new character, right?
Yeah.
And when the first time I saw that, I was like, oh, that's so cool, that concept. Like, what new character is going to be unlocked today?
Yeah.
And that's you can imagine that being a draw for people to go and see. I've been wanting to go.
Yeah.
I want to go. I've been so busy, but.
And that's one of the things that I really love about what's happening at the Pulga is I was on a podcast last week, and we were talking about how it literally could not have happened anywhere else in the world. The Broncomania is what I call it, Broncomania, because the interviewer said, hey, there's artist imitators or impersonators all over the place. There's people that look like this guy or that guy. Why is that not happening there? I said, because it can't, because the Valley is unique, and it's just all the cards fell in the right place, and it's just this formula, this magic universal thing that happened, and it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And so I created this character. I had already created it before the whole Pulga thing. It was just an online character for TikTok, and I was kind of retiring it. But when I saw that happen, I jumped back in, and it's been fun. Like, I've actually been invited to fashion shows. I got invited to South by Southwest, and it's great what's happening at the Pulga. It's really just a bunch of people drinking and eating and dancing and singing and having a good time.
Yeah.
And the Pulga is very representative of our culture, I think, because people from all walks of life are there, and we're all equal. Well, except for Bronco, he's up here. We're all down here, and he's up here.
Yeah.
I'm joking, but yeah, you could find my stuff there. I do. You could. I have stuff on Spotify as well. My links are on there. Any other questions?
Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for coming, talking about what you're doing out there is so important, and the way you're contributing to what is going on down here is so creative that it's unique as well. And that's why I wanted to invite you, because I like I said, I've been dealing with artists for such a long time, and it's rare when you come across somebody who is so free. You seem to be so free, right? Exploring, putting stuff out there. You're putting yourself out there. And I know, sometimes there's, the quote unquote haters and the, naysayers, whatever. And it's tough. It's tough. I know as an artist myself, I know how it is to be on the spotlight and then be, have people direct their hate or whatever at you. Especially if you're doing something that is slightly either political, polemic, So yeah, thanks for doing it. Thanks for holding those open mind nights. I've been to those.
Yeah, thank you for going.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
really cool. So you're creating spaces, man. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And this is what the B.A.N is.
Yeah.
It's a space.
I love it.
You know, a space for the arts and the creators that make it. You know?
I love it. Yeah.
So,
I love it. And I wish you all the success. I'm going to be involved as much as I possibly can and share it with everybody that I know.
Thanks. And you should take some keys, access cards.
Yes, thank you. I will.
Spread them out.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.